wow, that didn't record. I was so excited about something that's going on right now that I completely forgot to hit the record button. And I was making reference to someone on YouTube that I love to listen to all the time by the wrong name. So maybe it's a good thing it didn't record. So this video, this testimony, if you will, is a shout out to Dave Hodges, the Common Sense Show, and him being the straw that effectively broke the camel's back to get me to the next level. So I'm kind of freaking out a little bit in the sense that if serendipitously things are happening to me that I'm excited about, and that is me doing my part beyond listening in a few little videos here and there to kind of pass the word around. I think a lot of that's happening, but being a we the people person, I always say that first because I think Trump is a strong voice and leader in the right place to get things done in front of and with our support. So that's kind of my mindset. I do think there's things that I'd like to see more of, and I like the optimism that a lot of people have, but Dave Hodges, Common Sense Show, he's constructively critical about some things he may or may not be seeing, but I tend to think that the cesspool in Washington, the cesspool at the elite level is such that nothing's going to happen easily if it substantively happens at all to turn the tide against where I think this is all going. I think we're in the middle of a war right now. It may not be a conventional war. It's a different kind of war, but at some point it will leak and escalate to what I think is more conventional. And I think that's going to be done by we the people rising and saying enough is enough. The thing is awakening enough people to get to that point and having appropriate leadership at the right levels where, the consequences might be mitigated to some degree. In any event, serendipity. What am I talking about? So just to give you a little bit more information on who I am. So I'm a technologist, been in the technology, selling, developing, leading, dating back to the early 80s. I'm a technologist. I've always kind of sold into the commercial space, banks, insurance, manufacturing, across the board, transformation, migration kind of stuff, among application lifecycle management, requirements management. I mean, the list goes on and on around what I've worked for technology companies. I've worked for solution systems integrators, done all those kind of things. Haven't really done a lot, if anything, at the government level, much less the city, local, county government level. So one of the things, listening to these political narratives that are going on, seeing what's going on, like I said, I think at some point we're going to have to step up. And one of the things I've been thinking about is, people like you and me can influence things at least the local level. We have influence at the local level, at the town level, if you will, to steer and guide things in such a way that might be contrary to where the global elites want us to go. And so, again, shout out back to Dave Hodges on the Common Sense Show. He was just having an interview with one of his subject matter experts, if you will, and they were talking about, at some point, we can't sit back and watch the show and depend on the Trumps of the world, changing things for the better and all things being fixed. We, as a people, need to step up and do our part. I completely agree. So I've been kind of thinking about it, but just that's about it. Just a kind of a glimmer of a thought. So a couple of months ago, I got a phone call from some people that I worked with years ago. So it's a small world in our business, so we all know each other. A couple months ago, I said, "Hey, Rick, with a new company, I'd like you to come here and work with us and bring your value to us." And at first, I was like, because this is a city, local, county government technology provider, and I didn't quite see the connection, but it was really more around selling and value selling, solution selling to city, local, county government. That never worked with city, local, county government, so I wasn't quite sure, but I had conversations, and everything I've always believed in and valued in what I do, there's an incredible amount of synergies between what I do, what I like to do, and what I organizationally want to be kind of focused around and how you go about doing that. That was all there. So anyway, so I just started working for these guys, selling to city, local, county government, 911 services, computer automated dispatch services, emergency fire departments, material tracking from land management, city lights management, Wi-Fi management, telecommunications, financial, administrative, accounting services behind the scenes for all of that stuff. So anything and everything that I'm kind of hearing nefariousness around at a global, national level, I can have an impact there with these people. I'll be talking with cops, talking with fire department folks, talking with administrative people that are making decisions on what telecommunications equipment go in, what water systems kind of go in, how we handle all that. So I'll be dealing with these people. So at a sales technology, something I'm very strong in and can influence and broker. So there's that. And then I'm listening to Dave Hodges this morning. He's talking to his guy and talking about how at some point we're going to have to step up and be involved and help negotiate and influence decisions at the city, local, county governments. And I say, you know what, damn it, he's right. And so while I'm listening to his show, I go to my local town Board of Commissions website, and wouldn't you know it, an opening just became available. Someone stepped away. I don't know why, but they put a seat was just made available. They stepped away for one reason or another, and they're taking applications by the end of June for evaluation and to fill the slot through the remainder of the year, maybe into January of next year. So I'm like, how could this be more perfect? My job is now being directed and oriented towards city, local, county government. A seat just opened and available that I can step into, and I think I would do a bang-up job. Frankly, I think this would be perfect. I mean, again, serendipitously, this is perfect. I'm so excited. And again, Dave Hodges and the Common Sense Show in his interview was that straw that kind of broke the camel's back to move me to proactively, actionably in that direction. So extremely excited. So Dave, big thanks to you and your interviewer. I really appreciate your constructive critiques towards our leadership. And Trump, who I'm a big fan of, he's doing exactly what I want him to do, and I think he could do more. But I think what he's trying to do is to impact change without crumbling the system completely, so that he's trying to mitigate the impact and pain it will have on us, though I think ultimately that will happen. But again, kind of back to why I'm even putting this video out, serendipitously, job just changed. I'm very excited about what I'm going to be doing. An opening for a Board of Commissions seat opened up for my local town, and I can help influence and direct change in that respect if I get the role. So we'll see what happens. I'm definitely going to put my name in a hat and fill out the application today. So thank you, Dave, and I'll be listening for more feedback from you guys. Put your voice out there in writing or in a video like this, if you don't mind kind of putting your face out there. I think there's a lot of value in it. So love to everyone.